To truly appreciate your life, contemplate your death. We have been conditioned to fear death. But what is that about death that we fear so greatly? And what is death anyway? And for that matter, what is life? And why do we hold on so dearly to life while at the same time complaining about it? If I told you that you are going to die exactly at this hour next week, what would change inside you? Would your priorities become different than they were right now? Will the way you see people change? What will you let go and what will you hold dear? We started dying the very moment we started living. 1% of our body dies every day. There are 36 trillion cells in your body. 330 billion of those will die between now and tomorrow. We start as a spherical mass of cells. It takes programmed death to kill some of those cells to who we are shaped into. If that did not happen, we would all be one big circular blob. When we think of death though, we are thinking about death of all of our cells at the same time. But what happens the moment after death? The biochemical components of me are still intact in that split second after my terminal event. So, what leaves me when I die? In 1907, Duncan McDougall, a physician from Massachusetts, published a now debunked study that the soul leaves the body at the time of death, and the weight of the soul was 21 grams. We know life leaves the body at death, but we don't know what it is. So here we are, living a life we do not understand and fearing a death we have no clue about, blissfully ignorant and caught up in our own stories and imaginations of others who claim to know. If life is the enigma between a formless beginning and a clueless ending, why do we take ourselves so seriously? Why do we choose to create and propagate sorrow when we could just as easily choose joy? Life is perhaps a time of awareness for a force that is in perpetual journey. Perhaps we are never truly meant to know what that force is, except perhaps through the doors of death and dreams. And maybe we are only tasked with experiencing life with wide-eyed wonder as we did in the early spring of our life. And maybe our greatest antidote to suffering is the realization that the time we are given is temporary. The tiny nation of Bhutan, a rugged country where death is an everyday reality, is one of the happiest countries in the world. One of the secrets is the prevailing expectation that one has to think about death 5 times every day. The more we see death and living as faithful counterparts, the more we will be at harmony within ourselves and the world that we live in. Knowing death, perhaps, is the ultimate recipe for joy.